Good afternoon on this Saturday. Got a lot I want to talk about regarding last night's agenda or last night's topics, what I saw on CNN, Fox News, and all the other news channels. Let me just say this. First off, that Paul Pelosi break-in, that looks suspicious as holy hell to me. Number one, who goes into someone's house, breaks in, and waits for the authorities to show up before they even beat the guy up? That's suspicious. And two, Paul Pelosi didn't look scared out of his mind. He looked like he was just plain dumb. And I put that comment up on some of the videos of it on YouTube, and someone responded to me, some gal, saying that I don't know the whole situation and that I'm jealous of her and I'm a perv. As far as I know, she could be that guy who did it, claiming to be a woman on YouTube, just trying to figure out what people are saying about him. As far as I know, it could be him posing as her. But anyway, let's look at the facts here on how this all turned out. Funny how this happened. Not long after Paul Pelosi's DUI, driving under intoxicated after his drunk driving. Funny how this happened after that. And we already know how they got their money, him and Pelosi, his wife Pelosi, insider trading, which is illegal as hell. And some guy in the Senate, I think his name is Matt Gaetz, a senator from Florida, is coming up with the Pelosi bill to ban insider trading, which is already illegal. So the point of that bill is what? To refresh their memories, to refresh their minds that insider trading is illegal anymore. Like we didn't already know that. That's how Nancy and Paul Pelosi made their billions, insider trading, because she was briefed all the time about what investment she can make to make some serious money. She had access to all that information, and this person on YouTube doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know the situation. Well, if you look at, just follow the money, like Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's money from China. Just follow the money and see where that leads. To me, that leads a lot of unanswered questions and suspicions. It's almost like Paul Pelosi paid this guy to break into his home and make it look like an assault so that the media can fade away from his DUI and all of his money making from insider trading. That's my only assumption anyway. That's the only conclusion I get out of this, is that he's doing it to save his own ass, and he's got the money to do it. And I just hope it was worth every penny, because in the video you can see him just chatting it up with the guy like they just got back from the local bar downtown, just a average night, just sitting in BSing, and then when the cops show up, then we decide to hit him with the hammer. Yeah, like that wasn't suspicious. Last night, I saw the Tyree Nichols beat down. What a bunch of BS that was. Those 5 thugs, officers, beating this kid up for no good reason whatsoever. I saw it all unfold on CNN, the unedited version, so they didn't bleep out the word fuck every time. All I heard on Hannity last night was beep, 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 because they cut it all out, but they did not see it, and you could hear every other word was the F word. I bet those guys are pretty proud of themselves right now, facing all those charges, beating up some poor innocent kid just because he wanted to go home. I'm guessing they just felt, we had a bad day, or just hyped up about getting someone into trouble, so they just thought they'd just beat the crap out of him. And out of all the footage they showed, I would say the one at the light post, the one right in the area with no audio, that was the most um, observed, that was the most graphic video of them all, because it clearly showed not once but twice a guy kicking his head with his foot, and then they just threw him up against that car. He just lying there squirming, and every time he would get back up, they just knock his ass down again. And like everyone said, where was the supervisor in charge? Where was the sergeant at? You know, the officer that says, "All right, now this is enough, no more." Yep, yep, he wasn't around. And when I counted all the people around in that video, I counted up to about 8 to 10 people at one time. Right around the time when the paramedics show up, it's like, are these other cops going to be held accountable for? And another question is, how long were these cops on the force before they even did this? It was kind of funny. They, you know, trying to use the pepper spray. Oh, flush my left eye out now. I got pepper spray in my eye. I need my water. Can you flush it out for me? Idiot. Yep, I didn't feel sorry for that guy after trying to pepper spray that kid and then he got it in his eye. Oh yeah, I felt so sorry for you, buddy, you big tough guy. And when Geraldo was on Fox News talking about it, saying it was a pack of wolves, all I could think about was 1999, I think it was the sold out, the first pay-per-view WCW did in that year of 1999. When Hogan and the NWO came out, beat the crap out of Ric Flair right in front of his dad. Even the announcer said, this is like a schoolyard bullying. That's pretty much what that was. All these guys jumped on one defenseless kid, kind of like what they did to Ric Flair that time, and Ric Flair's kid David in the ring that time on pay-per-view in WCW. The same kind of circumstances, but that was fake and this was real. You know, and the kid was just bruised and battered in the hospital. No wonder why he died. Yep, I hope those cops are so proud of themselves for all that. And speaking of, you know, Pelosi getting away with everything because he's rich and famous. Boy, if I was rich and famous, I might be able to get away with murder too. Like Alec Baldwin on the set of Rust. Yep, back in October 2021. Oh, it just went off by itself. Yeah, sure it did. Mm-hmm. If you see that scene in Mercury Rising where he's talking to Bruce Willis, like, you know, you just strike me as someone as one of those off-road magazine guys, you know, like you spend a lot of time reading the magazine. You know, Baldwin's just sitting there, standing there in the doorway all smug, and then he's bitching at Willis. I thought I asked you not to mishandle the wine. And then he kicks him in his chest. That's for Simon, you piece of shit. Simon's parents, you piece of shit. I would like to believe that kick in that chest to Baldwin was not just for the movie, was for all of us who think he's a dickhead. Right? Oh, Alec Baldwin, you got a lot of explaining to do, too. Oh, I just wish, you know, I had money. I could be like Hunter and Joe Biden, rolling around in nice cars and having all kinds of classified documents that just turn up everywhere. This whole government is all corrupt anymore. Whatever happened to the good old days like 35, 20 years ago where we got stuff done and didn't fight with each other? Now it's no democracy even exists anymore. Hell, our constitutional rights don't even exist anymore. What's the point of having democracy if all they do is bicker and fight with each other? Back and forth all the time. Yep, I bet our four founding fathers like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and all those guys, I bet they're just devastated, furious what happened to our government in the last 200 years or so. Yep, the government should be proud of themselves with all this crap going on. Well, that's what I wanted to get off my chest. So if you don't believe me on some of this, just look it up online. It's all right there. Hell, even a guy on NBC got fired for explaining the real truth about that Pelosi break-in because NBC just wants to cover up the Democrats' ass just like Paul Pelosi wants to cover his ass from the DUI. Go figure. Everything's corrupt. So thanks again for watching, and what do you think of my signed picture that I got from Jessica Simpson for my 40th birthday back in July 2021. Pretty cool, eh? Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Remember to click on the bell and all that BS to always, be notified.